Oh, since I'm starting late, I figure I might as well get launched now. What's up, people? How y'all doing this week? This fine week of April 15th, the week the Titanic went down, the week taxes are due, the day of, and the middle of April, which, wouldn't you know, doesn't feel like that here in Wisconsin because it's bloody fucking warm for some reason. Yeah, it's pretty warm here. I don't know where it is, how it is where y'all. Probably most of the rest of y'all are dealing with much better temperatures than we are, or like you've had spring wherever it is you're at, So, but but it's unseasonably warm. Where things are blooming here, things are budding, and we're getting so much bloody rain. My backyard is a swamp. Things have thawed out, but there's puddles of water everywhere in yards because the ground is super saturated. We've had rain all week. It feels like Florida up here, so I can relate to what Mark was talking about down there in Florida because like you can't fly. You don't want to fly when it's raining. It's either raining, windy, or the ground is too wet. That's actually more of a key. The ground is just too wet. Like if it lands, chances are it's going to land in a puddle. So ain't been many flights up here. Little developments, but not really flights. And I am working on, like I said, we're working on transitioning this show into probably what will be known as IVPAC Weekly or Inside IVPAC. I kind of like the Inside IVPAC. Um, it's really tough thinking about how we want this to play out because I kind of like the fact that it's, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking I really want to keep Paper Aircraft Weekly because I want to open it to everybody, but I do want a show just as important to be IVPAC, Inside IVPAC. So, uh, I don't know what's more crucial. Live for y'all, for everybody that's like not just members, but like inside. So learn about folding, and cutting in holes, and cutting and taping and gluing and folding and stuff like that. So it's like I want that to be here, but I also want to make sure that news across Impact, because some of y'all don't know what that is, and you're here live with us, so you probably could realize it, but you know. So I was just looking up some stuff. I was trying to look up. Lo and behold, I was busy running through the Bing Maps this time. Bing Maps, just because, and trying to see if I could see some luscious things from our satellite view. And can I? No, no, not really. You know that in the near Blackbird Air Park, there's they got a pretty good illustration or pretty good collection of aircraft there at the Joe Davies Heritage Air Park, where they got like a B-52, looks like one of the early G models. Oh no, it's an E. It's got a hound dog in front of it. Looks like it's clip-tailed though. Shadow's not tall. I don't know. But anyway, it's got that, and it's got the 747 shuttle carrier there. But what's more interesting to me is when you look at it, and I have no idea why we're talking about this, but paper aircraft. But because of the diamonds that they sit on, like a concrete hardened stand, they have an F-101, and the 101 looks way more exotic than it has any right to do because the 101, I'm sorry, I gotta correct this. Bear with me. I feel like it's gotta pivot a little bit more. There, that way I'm a little, yeah, because this is more me centered. But the 101 sitting on the concrete looks like a more exotic plane than it would be. Like you have to do a double take when you look at it because you're like, wait a minute, what the hell is that? The little like cranked arrow, like it's an XL with an F16 XL with something else in there. So really kind of cool. But anyway, I was just looking because it's Palmdale, and those of you that may or may not know Palmdale, but that's where the B-21's being built. So just trying to see if anything was being slipped by Yield Norg, and I don't really see anything. Norg has a collection of models illustrating what planes they've done. They don't have full size aircraft, but there is a B 2 sitting there, completely stripped. I guess they probably do their depot level maintenance on the B 2s at Palmdale. and that's probably the one that crashed. Because again, when it costs like $1 billion per airplane, you really can't afford to lose. Or when you have only 20 planes, you really can't afford to lose one. Though we're doing that about crashed F-35s, huh? Yeah, But it's a good. It's good. It's good to see. Like, okay, we're keeping a secret now. Granted, I'm doing that on Bing. I need to see that on Google and see if Google has anything more here. We'll take a look. We'll take a look. Yeah, of course it wouldn't be in my neck of the woods, so it's not there. Bear with me. Like I said, it's just a show. I'm just interested because I'm interested. I'm not usually this interested. Vacaville's up there. Palmdale just outside of Edwards. Pretty good place to be researching. Palmdale Airport here. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Temporarily closed. They say they have the F9F Cougar thing over where the F101 is. Like, dude, you think we can't tell what that is? That's an F101. Don't be stupid. But anyway, trying to look, see. Only because I was going through, like, I don't know if you got the news blurb. Last news blurb was with the KC 135 that got hammered over there in Iran, was over there in shrapnel. And it's been slowly crawling its way back. It did a layover somewhere in England, probably, well, I don't know. I guess Lakenheath, but could be anywhere. Anyway, they had a layover, a stopover, and they took pictures, and now it's back at Tinker's. So I'm just genuinely curious if they're going to scrap her. I notice also that they brought like a handful out of Amarg, the boneyard, and one of the ones that they tracked out of there was 58-0011. I'm like, 58? We're getting older ones? Whew. Age is age. Don't care how many hours are on the airframe. I don't even know why. Why are we bothering to recirculate? Why aren't we putting? We've got over 100 KC 46s at this point. Why are we putting the 46s out there? I don't know. But anyway, nope, nothing going on at Plant 42. Oh no, wait, no. The B2 is still there. The B21 is the B2. That's a B2. Okay, B2 is still there. And the funny thing is it looks completely piecemeal. It's. I thought like if you look at Bing Maps, it's sitting there in east-west orientation, facing east, and like obviously stripped raw so it could be done with it's like stealth coating, but there's something on the port 4 area by the cockpit looks like ordinary like regular stuff that they haven't got to. So now Google Maps has got the same picture, the same B2. Now she's in the north south facing south orientation and still piecemeal together, so they're working it. And obviously that isn't, I thought it was like satellite imagery, like while taking multiple days or something, but no, she really is that patchwork. That's crazy. No evidence of the B-21 out there at all. I mean, not surprising, I suppose. I wouldn't figure that they'd let you see that sort of thing. And of course, they're probably tossing it up to what? Yeah, we know that. There's a landmark? Ain't no landmark, stupid. In the middle of a dust bowl. There wouldn't be. It probably wouldn't be. I mean, it may be sitting out at. God damn, the B-20 or B-21. The buffs at Edwards look just plain black. And they've never changed the flight test facility photos unless every day of the flight test facility they leave the same aircraft out there. The Bone, a Herc, a Proteus, Jetstar, and a F-111 still, the C-141 with like the conical nose, 135s, a Tweet, a B-57, and a DC-3, like conveniently posed, but it looks like they haven't been touched in forever because that hasn't changed the photo in years. Oh, there's three F-35s are there. And an F-22. But nothing in the way of super stealth. That looks like the NKC 135. That is the NKC 135. The regular KC-135 and a KC-46. Interesting that the NKC-135 actually still has her refueling boom. F-18s are there. Look like F-18 Legacy Hornets, not Super Hornets. Ooh, the A7 or the F8 with the supercritical wing is in there, and the X-29's in there. That'd be something. Oh, there's more Hornets. Wow, more Hornets. All legacies. That's not usually there. Got a couple of Global Hawks. They like storing their Hornets up there for some reason. That's interesting. But nothing. Wait. Another Global Hawk, the F-16XL, a B-47. But no evidence of the B-21. Again, not surprising. And I'm sorry I was sidetracked, but I was trying to see if I could see anything because I'd heard the news about it. So she's undergoing flight testing with the air refueling. We're really speeding that shit along, aren't we? Nerve-wracking. I don't know. It's interesting looking back on some of our old. The hell am I hearing? That was weird. It's interesting looking back on some of our old episodes and our old issues of stuff and seeing like all the stuff that had been going on around the globe. Then how calm we were before and how calm we are now, and everything. How stuff has changed. Because a lot's changed, and yet a lot has stayed the same. I sunk the chair. But anyway, so what's been going on in the world of paper aircraft? Anybody got more stealth flying wings? Anybody got those bombers and stuff out there? I know y'all like to talk about that. Trust me, if I were to bring out flying wings, y'all go crazy. I don't know. I just like crazy stuff. Let's just check and see what everybody's got in the world of like, wow. All of the Europeans are producing some really good aircraft. And obviously that takes like what we were talking about, how you fold and create planes. How it's simple cutting creates aircraft that are like totally different. So Avion de Papel Tube, that looks like a real jet with some funky, like what the landing gear pods would be in the old school 60s airliners. And Paper Flieger Tube, that looks like a pretty awesome jet, kind of like an X-wing with a very high fuselage, a la OAE. Looks pretty cool. Jason put a new one out. Okay, yeah. He gets really technical too, which I'm glad to see. It's nice to see people going totally basic and then some exotic planes and then stuff like that where it's like, yeah, some really good like in-depth stuff, talking to aerodynamics and the numbers that you might want to crunch or would be scared to crunch, and you go ahead and do it anyway. Yeah, that's pretty good. Man, there's a lot of them though that put up. Oh, it's so good to see this many videos. Please check out all the stuff we subscribe to and let us know if there's any others we're missing, because man, there's a lot of them that I'm not even. You just go look at our stuff over there. Like, man, all the subscriptions we subscribe to, you got in. There's a lot of planes that have gone out there and flown and been made, and wow, they're like. I like that one. I didn't even. How did that one get over my clip of where I watched it? There's something like there's one on Fold On with the little engine on it. It's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Yeah. Paper Plane, which is like really going balls to the wall. Literally just channel Paper Plane. Paper Plane's new. At Paper Plane's new. Like that jet. That one looks pretty cool. Oh man, there's like some good. Like y'all got to get out there and see some of this stuff. These are some good aircraft out there, and good videos. Good. It's like lovely to see these people producing quality planes and quality videos, showing you how to build, showing you how to like fly. I I kind of look like, oh man, that's awesome. Avions de Papel's got one. Origami style, but built the nose, built twin fins, got a vertical fin and man, kick ass. Yeah, those always impress me. Because like I said, I'm after fins. Y'all are taking fins away, and I'm giving. So yeah, y'all keep building flying wings, because I'm putting all the fins you won't build into my birds. Yeah. Oh my God, is that ID 67? Yep. At ID 67 Coon's got, oh, like, man, looks like radio control flying some of those birdies too, which you could. But like, it's anyway. Just go look at the subscriptions. Let you know that people are building and we're flying and stuff like that. And I know, like, I got to get more builds out there, but I don't know why I'm just, you'll have to forgive me, because literally it's been, well, you listened in on the show and I let you in on how IVPAC was born and how we take things like appropriations and stuff, and we find aircraft and like, that's always been with me. It's always stuck with me, and it's not like I'm trying to be secretive. It's just hard to break out of that mold, you know. I mean, I've got these videos ready for you and stuff like that, but like, it's deeper than that, just because I've always been that way. Like, oh, I'm not going to give you the ones that are running in my squadrons now. Why would I do that? And yet I realize, well, I got to do that, because if it flies good, you're interested. But then again, you got phase 3, which is really basic out there flying around, and you could do whatever the hell it is you want to do with that and still be impressed. Or Javelin, if you sat with us on that one. So, I mean, these are just ways. These are just planes, and you've got that stuff. So, but go out there, go check out the channels. There's lots of channels. There's lots of good information. There's lots of good flights. There's lots of good planes. And I'm not exactly sure how we're going to make this look, but it's probably going to be similar to this layout here. So I'm hoping that as it happens, there will actually be more news. Like, we'll bring back the ticker, and inside IVPAC we'll probably have stuff about like squadrons moving and, disbanding or standing up, or shutting down, or whatever, bases closing. So the ticker will probably be in more in depth to that. Whereas this one is like, yeah, we got news, but it's usually amongst ourselves and doesn't mean as much. Basically, it's just say, go look at the subscriptions, or tell us what you've done, because that's what this is all about. That's what this is mostly. So, yeah. Praise God, hallelujah. I got to cut this short though, because first of all, that's part of the transition. I want to make sure that this news channel is a blurb to making sure we're live, we're still here, we're still with you. We're happy you're out there. We're happy you're out there folding. We're happy you're out there flying. But like I said, we're changing this up. This will be a shorter show. Plus the fact that the reason I'm worried about it is because of that rain that we're talking about is followed by some storms. We already lost power Monday, and we had rollouts, like grayouts Tuesday. So it's really been a rough week already, and these severe storms are rolling in now. You can't even hear the thunder, but I'm surprised you can't see the lightning flashes. There's lightning flashes. So again, we're about to be hit, and I don't want to be potentially losing this thing to a spike. So I've been watching the radar while I was checking out the maps. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things I've been keeping up. I got a split screen going on, and like, yeah, it's coming in. So I said, one of the reasons why I cut it short, just so I can shut this thing down. Bear with me, guys. Didn't mean to keep it this short, but yeah, just trying to stand up to this. Stay with us though. We'll have some new exciting things, and keep flying, keep folding. All that stuff looks marvelous out there. It's good to see y'all doing that, and good to see everybody making stuff and living life. So, bear with us as we transition and you transition.